those who have modeled for us the poem. Yeah, so now the core principles of the Reggio Emilia model, just a brief of what it is and how it is. This is direct quotation, what he said. Our image of children is not no longer considers them as isolated and egocentric. It doesn't see them as engaged in action with objects. It doesn't emphasize only the cognitive aspects. It doesn't belittle feelings or what is not logical, and does not consider with ambiguity the roles of the reflective domain. Instead, our image of the child is rich in potential, strong, powerful, competent, and most of all, connected to adults and children. That is by Loris Malakosi. So, one of the principles is the image of the child, that a child is unique, a child is resilient, a child is strong, a child is resourceful, a child is full of potential, a child is creative, a child is curious, a child is capable of so many things. There are 100 languages. So therefore in the classroom, they can acquire knowledge and develop skills through exploration, collaboration with the teachers and the peers. Are we together on that point? Yes. Okay. Then the other principle is that education is based on interaction and collaboration. It's a pedagogy of relationships. Okay? Education is experienced as a continuous interaction between all that are involved in the school community. The interaction between children and the peers, the interaction between children and the teachers, the interaction between teachers and teachers, the interaction between teachers and parents. Am I too fast? Are we together? Yes. The interaction between teachers and parents and even the community. So it is about the interactions and collaborations. The education is based on that in the Reggio Emilia model. Then the other principle of the model is the environment. The environment is said to be another teacher, or the third teacher. I think while we were interacting and all of us going through, we read that environment is a teacher. And just like our fellows are going to tell us about materials and about how the environment should be, how the spaces should be colorful with natural light. Master Jonathan shared the video, but there were mirrors. There were three-dimensional objects. There is a lot for the child to interact with. And with interacting with all these things, the Reggio model is assuming that the child is being taught by all these things they are interacting with. So the environment is a teacher. I don't know how many of us were taught by the environment. But I think it's a good thing to know that these things, the learning materials, so the spaces should be attractive not only to the children, but to the children. They should be inviting to the teacher also. They should be inviting to the parent. You should come into the learning environment and just say, wow, there's learning going on here. Then the other is the role of parents in the Reggio model. Parents are active participants in the activities of the school and the children's projects, okay? So parents are welcomed into the school to collaborate with the teachers. They give in their time, and the parents are also seen as advocates of the Reggio schools in the community around them. They should advocate for others who are not in to come in. So parents are active participants, not passive participants. The other principle we found out about the Reggio model is that it has a project approach. The project approach. Children learn, and these are usually long-term projects, okay? And the projects are based on what the child wants, not what the teacher dictates, okay? If the projects are based on what the child wants, not what the teacher dictates. And that is where we also found the fact that it doesn't have a static curriculum, but it has what they call an emergent curriculum. An emergent curriculum is a child-centered curriculum. I could just come back here for you to understand best that in our nursery section here, we have the learning framework, whereby the teacher knows everything they are going to teach. It's like the curriculum for the nursery school. When they're in P1, P2, we have a thematic curriculum. You're not going outside those levels. The child is not dictating what they are going to learn. The teacher is dictating what they are going to learn. But with this model, it is about the teacher, the child. It's about the child, okay? It's a child-centered curriculum. Imagine that they are seeing maybe what the community, the family, or what, then that is where they are going to pick the curriculum from. Are we together on that part? Yes. Then the other part is the fact, documentation. Documentation is very key in the Reggio model. Documentation is photos are taken, written documentation, videos. So all these things are to analyze the child's learning journey. And they do not have a process of the child has first done, then I document. It is through the learning process, okay? So this helps the teachers to make informed hypotheses or informed decisions about how to guide the children in their learning. Are we together with the documentation? It's not done after, it's done throughout the learning. Then the teacher, talking about the teacher in this Reggio model, we realize that it is the child who is initiating almost everything. So the teacher is of course doing the documentation and guiding, okay? The teacher is basically doing the documentation and guiding along. Breaks or we move? We move. Breaks? Anyone saying breaks?
No, we move.
What? We move, okay? Okay, then expressive arts in preschool is very key for this model. We've talked of the 100 languages. So it is the child is made of 100, that is 100 languages, 100 thoughts, 100 hands, and we need to keep them 100. So in this model, they do not want to steal the 99 and leave the child with only one. So children express themselves in any way they want, in play, in drawing, in music, in puppetry, because the model believes that children are extremely expressive and they share emotions, okay? And this is also in a way helping them to learn and discover. Are we together on that? Yeah, so expressive arts in the Reggio model is a principle that they move with. Who thinks they've understood the principles? Let's put up your hand like that. And who thinks a bit? you're a bit, just hold your hand in front of yourself.
I have a question.
I want you to sing to Anna. Yes, a question.
When I wouldn't say I was doing research, but there is a video I came across and they were talking about the arts in the sense of actually practicing art.
Yes.
And they have a terminology for the teacher, as I didn't get it, it's in Italian, and also the student. So is it the same reference here or this is different?
It's not like it's different. Yes, they have detailed drawing activities. That is one thing. Detailed drawing activities that happens because that is a way of expression. It's one of their ways of expression. And we realize that in the Reggio model, just a supplement on the documentation, they keep the documentations for each child such that they can even come back to those documents later and even their work. Maybe the child can refine it, okay? So it is the expressing of the child, learning, okay? Through, like not teacher-led, but child-led, yes. So all these activities are in play as they are learning. So those principles inform the Reggio Emilia model of how it should be done, how it should be conducted, how the environment should look like, and the role of the teacher in the learning process of the child. So here we've talked about, it's like the teacher, that the first teacher is the, who can tell me? The first teacher is the child. Very good. The first teacher is the child themselves, okay? The child is seen, they are not seen as an empty slate, but they are seen as somebody who already has and knows something, and they can continue to find out what their role in the community is. Then the teacher, then the environment. Thank you for listening.